You guys, we have so deeply been spoon-fed the biggest lie. And like, just wait till I describe the example because it's gonna blow your mind. Higher education has single-handedly hijacked the idea of the American dream, right? Higher education colleges now say like, oh, go to school, get a degree, get a good job, American dream. Right? And that's never the American dream. Am I right? The American dream was being able to come here with nothing or start from completely nothing and be able to make your way up and build something and create something and become wealthy and successful from nothing. That was the American dream, right? And so let me explain how you can go back to the original idea of the American dream and avoid all of the headache, all of the stupid 4 years of school, and having to go into massive amounts of debt to get to the hijacked version of the American dream. Because right now, the reality of that American dream is you graduate mountains and mountains of debt. It's nearly impossible to find a job. And when you do get a job, you're getting paid shit money. Literally the reality. You're also now considered the minority because over 55% of the working age people in America have degrees. So it no longer even gives you a leg up. And so if you want to flip that and you're like, F that, I don't want to do that anymore because I want the real American dream. Let me just explain like an example of somebody I went to high school with and how they were able to actually achieve the American dream instead of being sold the lie. So my classmate, right, he flunked out of high school, okay? He just, for some people, school isn't for them. I flunked out of college. I get it. School system is not a one-size-fits-all. So he flunked out, and while trying to get his GED, he was like, okay, I got to make some money somehow. He's like, I have my dad's old pressure cleaner, so I'm just going to throw up a bunch of flyers in the neighborhood and see if anybody wants their house, their sidewalks, their driveway pressure cleaned. And so that's what he did. He put up a bunch of flyers and posters. Is that kind of embarrassing? Yeah, that can be embarrassing to say like, hey, college or high school dropout here, hire me to wash your driveway, right? It's not graduating college and working at the nice accounting firm. No. But he started to get a lot of business. A lot of people responded to his flyer and he started to make decent amount of money pressure cleaning driveways. So he started putting up flyers in other neighborhoods too. Started posting on public forums, local public forums. He soon realized, oh my God, I have way too much business. I can't handle all of this business. And he's like, but I don't want to turn people down. So I'm going to have to look for help. I'm going to hire somebody to help me out. And so he hired somebody and now he's able to accommodate way more customers, have way more customers, make way more money. And he's like, wait a minute, now I'm paying this guy over here to do the work. Why don't I just pay somebody else so that I never have to pressure clean again? And that's what he did. Now he's got an entire fleet of pressure washers. He has an entire company and it's worth over $3 million for pressure cleaning. He did that in the span of 4 years. So the same time that it took all of us, his peers, to graduate, not me because I didn't graduate, to graduate college, he already had a $4 million or $3 million business. That, my friends, is the American dream. And I hear stories like this all the time and it blows my mind because it's deemed less than, right? To not have a degree and to do, some sort of physical trade. And it's like, who's laughing? Who's laughing? Because I'll tell you what, I would much rather do that, right? Where he pressure cleaned for like a solid year before he brought anybody on. So that hard work of pressure cleaning all of those driveways and sidewalks paid off to $1 million business. 1 year. And everybody I know that goes this route ends up being way more successful regardless of their education background. I'm in a space where I do digital trades and I make over 6 figures every single month, kind of the same blueprint as him, where I get a bunch of clients and then I delegate the work out, right? So I'm able to bring in a lot of clients and I don't do a lot of the work. And luckily, this is something that is not like location based, so I don't have to be at the location. I have clients, I run their meta ads or TikTok ads, and I do their email marketing, which is all done from the computer. And it's so crazy to me that people are still being taught to go to school, get mountains of debt, to get like a $50K job and to work endless hours and barely be able to make ends meet and be in a job that feels like a prison, when that was never the American dream. I just want to challenge you guys to kind of think outside the box and think differently and just to know that there are way more options.